Okay. It is getting real in Minneapolis. Chief Bovino has arrived along with Border Patrol. If you are clicking on this video, the posted video, make sure to please like the video. Make sure to please subscribe. And I want to put my disclaimer out there right now. We are getting a lot of unverified reports and a lot of verified reports as far as a possible shooting that occurred in Minneapolis. There's a lot of reports going on, so I want to make sure we really go through this and make sure we are saying the right thing here. So that's my initial disclaimer. Just waiting for some people to roll in. Hope everyone is doing well. Now, according to local news outlets, thank you everyone for being here again. Make sure to please like the stream so everybody can see what's going on. I've been enjoying doing these live streams, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. Okay, so the Sahan Journal reports, breaking federal law enforcement shooting reported in South Minneapolis, Border Patrol Chief Bovino on scene. Yeah, so there's a lot of different stories going on here. The fact that Chief Bovino is there is already a very big deal. Chief Bovino is probably enemy number one as far as anti-ICE protest or anti-ICE rhetoric. Number two, the other big news is this shooting. Okay, so the city of Minneapolis issued a statement at 10:26 a.m. Wednesday, asking residents to stay away from a scene in South Minneapolis because of a shooting involved federal law enforcement. U.S. Border Patrol Chief Gregory Bovino was present at the scene. Yeah, to be clear, a federal agent, as of right now, what we're being told, it wasn't a federal agent that was hit. Again, unverified reporting right now is that it was somebody trying to run away. That's what people are saying on the ground in some reports. We are aware of a shooting involved federal law enforcement near East 34th Street and Portland Avenue. Of course, it's Portland. The city said in a post on its X account, please avoid this area. Liliana Zaragoza, an associated professor at law at the University of Professor, was in the area at the time of the incident and shared her account. She says first responders were seen performing CPR on a person on the sidewalk. The person was undressed and had blood in their hair and face. Minneapolis police officials were present at the scene who told Zaragoza it was a crime scene. Yeah. I think a lot of people saw this coming as far as Minneapolis, with the increase of federal presence, the more pushback there seems to be. That's just what we see analytically and with stats. Again, if you are joining, make sure to please get the video out there. So people can see what's happening. Here is a post from Kim Katie USA, who helps source a lot of our content, a friend of the channel. Let's see what she posted. So this is going to be some raw footage here.
Caused a fucking accident. Fuck these bitches. They caused this accident.
Huh?
They caused this accident.
Well, they shot her.
They shot her? That's what this...
Again, remember, we are reacting to raw footage, so as people are approaching the scene, they're also questioning what's going on. So you're going to hear some commentary in the background that has all not been verified, just so you guys are aware. I want to make that clear. We are watching raw reactions right now.
Yeah, so did I. They fucking shot her. That is fucking sad. Hijo de su puta perra madre. Le despido. Smile, puto. Pinche paisa, hijo de la verga.
And for everyone asking, as of right now, what we know, it was not a federal agent who was hit. It was the other way around.
Motherfuckers. Fucking shot an innocent person.
She was driving away, you jackasses.
Yeah, I saw that shit.
Okay, so we also have some footage, again, from Olia Scootercast, Freedom News TV. One of my favorite journalists and favorite organizations. And again, Chief Bovino is on the ground. Again, we don't know the full involvement as far as what agency did what, if it was Border Patrol or ICE. All we know is that Border Patrol is here. We do know that.
You are all terrible individuals.
One thing I will say, this might be the first time I've ever seen Chief Bovino wearing a helmet, to be honest with you. Which I don't know if it means anything, but it could indicate that Chief Bovino is taking this very serious as a high-risk assessment.
Go home! I believe it. I fucking live here! You don't fucking live here! I'm late for work because you motherfuckers killed people. Does that feel good? We're not fucking being here to fucking shoot people.
Okay, so I also want to point out again, we don't know what exactly Chief Bovino's role is in all of this. Again, because when it comes to Border Patrol, we're talking about more broader sweeps as far as what they do, like we saw over in Chicago. Now, I am getting reports that the mayor actually has responded to this. Let me pull this up. This is going to be from Eric. Again, we are doing this live, so we're all sort of figuring this out together, right? This is going to be from Mayor Jacob Fry. Should be on his own X account then. Mayor Jacob Fry. Yeah, here's what the mayor of Minneapolis had to say. And again, if you guys are joining, make sure to please like the live so everyone can see what's going on here. And if you're new here, make sure to please subscribe. We cover stuff like this all the time, specifically Minneapolis and St. Paul. The mayor says, I am aware of a shooting involving an ICE agent at 34th Street in Portland. The presence of federal immigration enforcement agent is causing chaos in our city. We're demanding ICE to leave the city immediately. We stand rock solid with our immigrant and refugee communities. So to me, it appears as if shifting the blame without having all of the facts. Now, obviously, the mayor is tied to the police, might know something we don't know, but you guys can decipher that how you want. But he is saying the presence of federal immigration enforcement agents is causing chaos in our city, which again has always really been that stance as far as where the mayor is. We know that the mayor is not a fan of ICE. See what else we got. Yeah, there are some clips where I cannot show you certain things, to be honest with you guys. I apologize about that. Due to the scene, a little graphic. Again, this is going to be from Freedom News TV.
I know, man.
And these are Minneapolis police officers right here. Obviously, some people are upset with them.
We're out here doing something. Don't talk to Officer fucking reasonable. Officer reasonable. If you can just get back to 33rd.
All right. Again, that's Olia Scootercast and Freedom News TV. She is on the scene. Olia reports sheriffs arrived on scene of ICE-involved shooting in Minnesota. Now, for those of you that are unaware, the sheriffs right now, there's a little bit of controversy with them as far as political controversy. They are being accused by some people, some protesters and advocates, as far as being complacent with ICE's activity or working with ICE. And so I'm not going to be surprised if people are going to be mad at the sheriffs right now. Recently, the sheriffs did arrest a legal observer standing outside of an ICE facility in St. Paul.
No,
do want to point out that looks like a pepper ball. Is that a real gun or is this a protester thing? All right. So something else I do want to point out, because I try to look at this level from all the different aspects here. Again, there's like a bunch of different stories going on in one video if you don't know what you're looking for. This is the most amount of people I have ever seen so far as far as Minneapolis protesters or advocates showing up to a scene and, you know, being very upset. The last time I saw something like this was like 2 or 3 weeks ago when ICE was trying to stop people and look at identifications in the snow when it was snowing pretty heavily. But this is a lot more people. And I'm going to be honest with you, now that Chief Bovino is in the area, I would not be surprised if we see more pushback. Now, I'm getting a report here that tear gas may have been used. Let me see. And again, if you guys are just joining, make sure to please subscribe. If you're new here, we cover this stuff all the time. Make sure to please like the video. Helps out a ton. All right, let's see. Again, from Kim Katie, USA. Okay, Kim is reporting tear gas and pepper pellets raining down. Let's see what this is. Sorry, guys. Again, we are doing this in real time. And somebody said, Bovino's groupies pad the numbers. Again, I have no idea what Bovino is specifically doing or what Border Patrol's specific mission is. I didn't even know they were there until this popped up. All right, let's see what's going on here. And I am very curious. Let's pay attention and see who is doing the pushback. That's going to matter, because if it's the sheriffs, that changes the story. So let's see.
Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck?
I cannot tell who did that, just so you guys know. Okay, so right here, this is either sheriff or border patrol, is what it looks like.
You're going after someone. Sorry, guys. I'm not trying to get you. I'm not trying to get you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. Oh, right in the face! Right in the face! Right in their face! Right in their face!
Can you guys tell who that was? And of course, people are throwing snowballs.
They're getting ready to shoot again.
Okay, so this looks like it is a federal element. It does not look like it's the sheriffs, from what I can tell.
They're getting hit. Yep. They just popped someone right in the face, point blank. Point blank. Sick motherfuckers. Here you go. You're gonna run someone over?
Whoa. Whoa. Were you guys able to see that? Did I get that in the screen for you guys? Somebody just broke the window. Did you guys see that? Wow. Oh, man. This is not good. If you guys are new to my channel, I always advocate for peace. I always try to tell the full story here, but this is very bad. Very bad. Once you shatter, break a window, antagonize, if anyone has watched any clips in Chicago, you saw the capabilities of Border Patrol and what ends up happening there. Border Patrol does not mess around. Federal agents do not mess around. I think these agencies have a lot of confidence as far as knowing they have the support of the Trump administration, and whatever they need to do to accomplish a task, they have the permission. And especially with Chief Bovino in the area, this is a, these guys don't play around. Is it? Yeah, never mind. I'm wondering if the police got involved or the sheriffs, they went after that person. No idea. But shout out Olia Scootercast, I see you. One of my favorite journalists.
They're gonna drop less than nuclear munitions right now.
I will say, this is not the first time something like this has happened as far as like an aggressive clash. But why this is different, this is the first time Border Patrol has showed up and this has happened. Typically, whenever you see a clash, ICE agents did not have a lot of manpower in 2025 as far as the Minneapolis-St. Paul mission. So what was happening, and a lot of news outlets were not reporting on it, we're talking about ICE agents show up with maybe 10 to 20 people, and then they get surrounded. The police were showing up, and the police were being accused of working with ICE. This is different, guys. This is completely different. Now, federal agents, they have a lot more people to their disposal as far as what they need to do for security elements and actually performing their duties. And again, we don't know what Border Patrol is going to do in Minneapolis, St. Paul. We can obviously assume deportation operations, but are they going to have checkpoints? Or I don't know what they're going to do. This is the first time we're seeing them interact right now.
Incoming. Hey, you're too fucking short. You're too fucking short. Hey, you're too fucking short. No. Get the fuck out of here. Hi.
Y'all probably don't get paid enough for this shit. I know you don't.
Yeah, get out.
Y'all must be broke to have to do shit like
Fuck out of here.
Y'all some bitches.
Something else I also have to point out, I think Border Patrol is being very peaceful here. I mean, for those of you just joining, just so you are aware, one of their windows just got smashed out. If this was Chicago in the summer, this entire block, and I'm just going to be honest with you, would have probably been cleared out with like tear gas. Okay, so right now, Border Patrol, in my opinion, and I've been tracking them for a very long time, I cover all these different cities and events, they're being very tame right now. And I would assume it's because it's only like day one of their operation. Okay, so he is using pepper spray.
You gonna shoot someone
Okay. Yeah, it's getting real. I saw a comment, somebody saying, what's the point of the whistles? Well, Chicago made the whistles popular. There was a guy in Chicago who was using a whistle around his block. And I know this sounds like a fable's tale or like a fake story, but this is actually what happened. It's kind of wild. There was a guy in Chicago who was using a whistle who's in charge of this volunteer group. And then people started to catch on and people realized, hey, we can spend $1,000 on whistles and we can give like 10,000 people those whistles. And if you think you see somebody, they'll just blow that whistle. Which is why in Chicago, whenever I play those videos, I have to turn the audio down by like 70% because I'm going to go deaf when I listen to those videos. So for the people asking, it's become a symbolic thing. Like, oh, you have the whistle, you're involved with anti-ICE. And also, I actually think it's very practical for these protesters. That's why they use it. It's cheap, affordable. Anyone can use a whistle. And so that's actually how the whistle became a thing. It started to become popular because of one guy in Chicago. Not the whistle itself, but the whistle within context of this. Little history lesson on whistle use from protesters. That's how deep we go with these stories, people. So make sure to please subscribe. All right, let's see what else we got. Again, that was Kim Katie USA. Thank you for that video. Again, we don't like to see this. We always advocate for peace on my channel, but I'm a little shocked that, for those of you just joining, this is what the mayor just said. I'm not shocked, but this doesn't help in my opinion. He said, I'm aware of a shooting involved an ICE agent on 34th Street. The presence of federal immigration enforcement agents is causing chaos in our city. So he's, shifting the blame to ICE. We're demanding ICE to leave the city immediately. We stand rock solid with our immigrant and refugee communities. Let's see what else we got on this story. Again, we are doing this live. Let's see.
The condition of this shooting victim was not immediately known to us, but it is quite dire from all the witness accounts. Beyond that, they said that it took another 5 or 10 minutes for Minneapolis police to get out here. They, do not cooperate with immigration policing, but what they do is try to keep the peace. And so that's what they're here doing right now. You can see they're the ones who have put up this police tape. They're the ones who are blocking off the roads here. They're the ones who are gathered here and making sure that, the crowds that are still around here. Now, we're not in the biggest one here at all. The crowds get bigger as you go down Portland, down towards 34th. But they're making sure that the crowds and the law enforcement on the scene here still conducting an investigation, that there's no, interaction between them that gets too negative, as you mentioned earlier.
And look, the last time this happened in St. Paul, the Twin City, there was an investigation as far as cooperation between the local police and with Homeland Security. So keep that in mind. In my opinion, I do think there's going to be a political fallout from this. I hope there isn't, but if we look at the past patterns of what we saw in St. Paul, and the sheriff's department also getting a little bit of flack for their involvement of cooperating with ICE. And by the way, this would be considered by a lot of people like cooperation in a negative way where people wouldn't like this. So I will be paying attention to this aspect of the story and see. And look, we just saw the mayor say, he's shifting the blame to ICE as well. And as we know, the mayor and the police chief, they work in conjunction of one another to try and, protect their city. So I am curious what's going to happen here.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you most.
This happened in Portland. Portland police were working with ICE agents as far as protecting the streets in the city at the Portland ICE building where we saw a lot of the clashing. And then out of nowhere, mid-June, you didn't hear from them or see from them. They were observing, but they did not step in. That's because there were accusations of them working with ICE.
Departed, but I can definitely say many of them have departed. I'm looking off to the side here now because I'm seeing a line of flashing lights starting to approach. But I think that's probably Minneapolis police. I heard earlier that, Chief O'Hara was out here on the scene. We have not gotten an update. In fact, some officers just told me they're still working on, when he might become available to give a press statement. But we have not heard him pinned down yet when that might happen. He has been out here. It doesn't look like Minneapolis police, does it, Russ? No. It's other police agencies here.
Yeah,
So
Corin,
Metro
we do.
Transit's on the scene now.
Okay,
Yeah.
we do know. Obviously, we have seen the police chief in our pictures and different. It looks like he still is there on the scene. We do know Hennepin County is there. To your point, multiple agencies here. While I have got you here, I just wanted to share this statement we just got from Hennepin County Attorney Mary Moriarty, releasing this. We are aware of the shooting at 34th and Portland. We have been in contact with law enforcement leaders, the Attorney General, the Governor's office throughout the morning, and are pushing hard for a local investigation, which is the only way to ensure full transparency and.
Yeah, guys, again, I will be looking at, there's going to be a lot of different aspects here. I mean, I can only imagine what the police chief is going to say, again, considering the mayor just really shifted this blame of chaos to ICE. And to be honest with you, we don't like to see stuff like this. We don't want to see clashes. We want agencies to be able to do what they need to do. Protesters do have the right to protest, but when it starts to cross that line and you see the clashes, this is what happens in a lot of these sanctuary cities. And so as far as the political fallout and the different sides of the story, I mean, I'm really curious what the reactions are going to be to this investigation. And this, in my opinion, I think will really set the tone for what's to come. Because, and I don't think this is going to happen, I hope it does, if the mayor and the police chief miraculously say, ICE was defending themselves and they had to do what they had to do, that takes a lot of weight off of ICE and what happened here. But if it's the other way around, where the rhetoric is like, this is all ICE's fault, they did everything, and Bovino's here, tear gas, that could set a tone that probably wouldn't be favorable for federal operations.
As the ICE agents have kind of slowly left the scene, I think that the level of the anger seems to have kind of subsided here among the folks who have gathered, whether they are neighbors who live in this area or folks who are gathered here as observers, or city council members who are out here. Many of them have been out here to check out the scene. We know the governor's office is aware of this.
Right.
We know Mayor Fry had warned that this would be one of the things that he was most concerned about happening during the surge.
That is true. The mayor 2 weeks ago, during his speech with Governor Tim Walz and the former mayor of St. Paul, Minnesota, he did say verbatim he thinks eventually somebody will eventually get shot. So he did say that.
People you have had the chance to speak with, aside from the first individual, the first witness who said he saw what happened, any of those folks have any kind of video, anything that would help us tell the story a little bit more accurately?
Yeah, I did talk to a few of them and saw one video that it would hopefully get shared with me soon. But his video just showed the folks, the physician who was outside of this line, who was asking to be let in. The incident itself, I believe, from what they're all telling me, this developed very quickly. And so I don't, unless your phone was already out recording, the honking and the horn blaring at the ICE, movement down Portland. There's the chief of police right here.
All right, let's see.
But unless you were already recording, it sounded like, you would have had to get that, it happened too fast to pull up your phone and start recording the actual.
Yeah, I'm seeing a bunch of we just don't have the official statement. So I don't even want to talk about what could have happened, what may have happened. I think it's important, we have implications here. As we know, the reason why ICE would ever discharge something like that would obviously because of they felt the need to, they felt like there was a threat. So we can make that honest assumption, but I really want to wait for Homeland Security to come out what they have to say. I mean, you have unverified reports of somebody tried to smash a car, They try to run away, things like that. Again, unverified.
In their activities here.
Not saying it's not true, but we just don't have that statement from Homeland yet.
For official confirmation, what we're hearing at this point, other than the fact that it is an ICE-related shooting, is witness account. You mentioned the neighborhood. You're there, ground level. Is this strictly homes? Are there any businesses around, or does this look like just strictly residential?
Portland here, haven't seen a single business. It's all residential here, east and west of here. I know that we're not that far from 35W here, but not a whole lot of businesses in the immediate presence here on Portland, at least. But Powderhorn has businesses.
Okay, so that's that. Again, we are just sort of waiting for some reactions and statements. Let's see if Homeland said anything. What ends up happening in a lot of these situations, it really is who's the first to put a statement out, is what I've been noticing. Homeland Security recently has been very, very quick to try and put a statement out as far as clarification or let people know we are aware. Somebody said, Fox News is reporting that the woman rammed into a car. I can look that up. This is from Kim Katie, USA.
I
want to show y'all these.
Yeah, I obviously cannot show you the inside of this video, but you guys can go look that up yourself as far as some other angles. And right now there's also like this congressional hearing going on as far as what's happening in Minnesota. So there's a lot of different, not everybody is talking about this. Let's see if DHS said anything. Nope. This is Border Patrol. Nothing. And again, I don't know if you guys saw, there's videos of the Coast Guard raiding a oil vessel. So yeah, that's all we know as of right now. Yeah, the windshield is broken, correct. Let me see if Fox News is reporting what that person said for you guys. I am not seeing that report. Apologize for my clanky keyboard. Nope, I am not seeing that report. It's mainly just a lot of the overlapping of reporting. Omar did not win his mayor race. Yeah, even this news report is not saying what's going on. All right. So that is all we know as of right now, guys. I don't want to create speculation or create like hype or drama. This is all we know. All we know right now is there was a shooting. Possibly the person rammed into Homeland. Possibly the person tried to run away. We know that Chief Bovino is there. I think that's a really, really big deal. It goes to show that it is all hands on deck. And what we also know is that protesters are super upset. We know that the mayor has shifted blame to ICE, which is just a general statement because there's other federal agents out there. And I saw some people saying the Elon Musk comment. I didn't know what you guys were talking about. I did not see that Elon actually commented on the mayor's post there. All right. If you guys haven't already, just make sure to please subscribe to my channel. I will be giving you updates. I might do another live stream on more reactions, or I might do another hard post, like an actual detailed video. But I am going to be doing more live streams as well. I want to be keeping you guys updated. So again, make sure to please subscribe and like. Notifications on helps out a lot. And I really appreciate all of your guys' support. I wouldn't be able to do this without you. And I always try to be as fair as possible. I appreciate you guys for actually liking that aspect and not just trying to be so one-sided that we're missing complete aspects of the story. So thank you again, guys, for everything. I really want to do reactions. I am really curious what the city council. I am so curious what the chief of police has to say. I am very curious. Because again, if he does, if all the blame gets shifted on ICE like we're seeing here, even though it's Border Patrol out there and other elements, like we saw in other sanctuary areas, in my opinion, it can end up in a very negative aspect for Homeland as far as moving forward, having any sort of community trust, because Homeland does rely on community trust and getting some help from their neighbors too. So, all right. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to pay attention to your phone. I might do another update soon, but thank you guys again for everything. God bless, and we'll see you all later, and please pray for peace. We need that right now. Thank you guys for everything. Thank you.